I am the Lixian superfan. I made a video about a year ago where I reviewed every single game that Lixian, who is most known for being Markiplier's editor and formerly animator, has made. It didn't do particularly well, but it is genuinely one of my favorite videos I've ever made because it was about a topic that I was truly passionate about. I won't repeat too much of what I said in that video, but Lixian is a creator that I admire a lot. He is a fantastic editor, composer, animator, artist, game developer, and a really creative mind. I would argue that Lixian is a competitor for being straight up one of the most talented people on the platform. I've also credited him as being a big part of the reason I even am where I am with this channel, because he was my motivation to take videos more seriously in December 2021, which then caused my major spike in January 2022. With all that being said, Lixian is the GOAT and I am a huge fan of his. And we are back talking about him because since my last video about him, he has released yet another game. But this one is a bit different from the rest because this game was made in Roblox. A while back, Lixian made a video on how a Roblox developer had essentially completely copied his game Late Night Mop and put it up on Roblox. He wasn't actually upset, really. In fact, he was impressed by how much was possible using the Roblox engine. I think Lixian was someone that wasn't very familiar with the platform and didn't realize it wasn't all bad, blocky games. This inspired him to take on the task of making a horror game on Roblox, and now we are here with the complete project, Dumpster Night. Let's check it out. The premise of this game is quite simple. You have a fair few trash bags on your porch that need to be taken to the dumpster across the street. If you're wondering what is in these bags, don't worry about it, we'll get to it later. Every time you take a trash bag to the dumpster moves a little farther away. At one point, when the dumpster is literally in the middle of the road, a face can be seen poking out of the opening. Then when you're getting the final trash bag, a car drives past your house and crashes into the dumpster. This leaves the dumpster flipped sideways with the top wide open, and the monster or creature of some kind that you saw poking through before outside of it. This thing proceeds to chase you down, and the environment has completely changed around you to coincide with this chase. Oh no, they all fell. Run! Ah! Oh my god, there's a fucking chase sequence! What the fuck? This music goes so hard, what the fuck? Ah! You just have to not look back and keep running and cutting corners to escape this goblin until you reach your home and you're safe. And that's it. That's the game. Dumpster Night is clearly nothing fantastic, but we actually do have more to talk about, and I do think this is one of the spookier Roblox games I have played. First of all, the style of this game is actually pretty charming. Lixian didn't want to use assets from the Roblox catalog to construct the game, so he opted for making his own in a low-poly style. Although some things look rather silly if you actually focus on them, this game looks pretty nice. Secondly, the timing of the jump scares in this game are actually very effective and make you feel on edge for most of the experience. If not, then I'm just saying words. But you know what? Saying words is my fucking job, so fuck, I knew that was gonna happen too! That and the jump scare for getting caught honestly looks cool as shit. Hey buddy, you look so silly. I like you. Thirdly, this game has quite a few endings, 6 to be exact. The first way to beat the game is by not doing anything. You start the game outside of your house with trash bags that need to be taken out. Well, you can just go back inside, and that's the end. Or alternatively, you can take one trash bag and throw it out, and then go inside as soon as you realize the dumpster is moving by itself, which is honestly the most valid and rational reaction possible, so I am going to personally dub this the correct ending. You can take out every trash bag up until the chase, where you run back into your house with one of the trash bags in your hand. That's what you saw when I was breaking down the gameplay. However, this technically doesn't get the job done, as you're still holding on to one of the garbage bags. To get a technically better ending, do everything the same up until the chase. As you're running away from the monster, shortly before you reach your house, there's a dumpster you can quickly dispose of the bag in before making your escape. Although this isn't the objectively correct ending, as we mentioned earlier, it's technically the best ending. But that still leaves 2 endings. Well, it's also perfectly viable to just get your shit rocked and die. If you lose in the chase, that is technically an ending, as well as the end to your whole life. But the last ending to cover is much weirder. It's actually just leaving. Not leaving as in going back into your house, just walking away into the distance and not stopping until the game fades to black. This is also an ending. Oh, but wait, there is more. This is the part of the video where I reveal I've been hiding something from you. I tend to do that. Every time you get an ending, it also displays a unique chunk of text that semi-reveals what the story of what's going on is. I'll read them all in order. Congratulations, you did it. You left your little secret in the dumpster and no one will suspect a thing. This is when you dispose of all of the bags. Looks like you brought a piece of me into your home. This time I hit you and you run. This is when you neglect one of them. Eye for an eye. This is when you get caught in the chase. You decided to do this tomorrow. You can't avoid this forever though. Can you imagine the smell? This is when you immediately go inside. You've seen enough horror movies to know exactly what's going on and you're not dealing with it. Although you already started, might as well finish it. You can't avoid this forever. This is when you go inside after the dumpster moves once. You can't run away from what you've done. This is when you simply run away. So, if I were to try to make sense of this, the protagonist murdered someone, murdered in cold blood. These garbage bags are seemingly full of the remains of your victim. This seemingly also means that the figure that chases you is some kind of spirit or reincarnation or something of your victim. We know the protagonist did something terrible because of you can't run away from what you've done. We know the bags are evidence because of you left your little secret in the dumpster. We know the figure that chases you is a victim of yours because of an eye for an eye, and we know the bags have remained specifically because of looks like you brought a piece of me into your home. So yeah, you don't play as some kind of blameless victim in this game, nor is this just a random spooky thing that happened to someone. You play as someone that killed another person, chopped them up, put them in some garbage bags, and then tried to casually throw out the remains in a regular old dumpster. I don't think Dumpster Night is a great horror game, but I do low-key think it's a great Roblox horror game, because the bar isn't very high. I hate Doors Floor 2. I just want to say that. This game isn't very fun nor replayable, but it's actually a pretty impressive attempt at a simple, straightforward, spooky experience in the Roblox engine. As a real, legitimate horror game, I think it's like a 5.5 to a 6 out of 10. As a Roblox horror game, I'm feeling a solid 8 out of 10. That's all I gotta say. If you want to see my first ever playthrough this game, you can do so by becoming a member for less than $5 a month. My first ever blind playthrough of the game can be found there. And yeah, that's really all I got. I really respect Lixian, and I'm always looking forward to what he does next, so go check out his channel, play his games, and while you're at it, watch my video on all his games from last year as well. I'll see you guys later.